Oath of Ancients level 1. So what do you get by choosing the Oath of Ancients? That's the only different thing, is that you get healing radiance. So you use your channel Oath chart, you regain all your channel Oath charts every short rest, and right now you can only hold one per turn, one per short rest. So that means you pretty much get 3 of them during an adventuring day, 4 if you have a bard with you. Maybe when you reach higher levels, you're going to be able to hold like 2 channel Wolf charts at once. Let's see. So what you do, you use your bonus action, that's great, and you heal all your allies around you 3 meters by 3 hit points. This one scales with charisma, okay? So my paladin has 16 charisma here. If I decrease her charisma to 12, that should now read 1 hit point only to everyone around me. Yes, 1 hit point only. So yeah, so that scales with charisma, and you want to have lots of charisma with paladins, so you want to have it as high as possible. Of course, the first one will be strength and then charisma. So, but not only that, it also heals again by the same amount on the beginning of your next turn, everyone who is around you, and that also heals you. So that's a very strong ability because it scales with level, guys. So that means on level 5, that we can reach level 5 now, it will heal everyone for 15 hit points and then another 15 hit points. Think about Second Wind from Warrior. As a Warrior, you can use a Second Wind once per short rest, so the same thing here. But you regain 1d10 hit points plus your Warrior level. That means a Warrior of level 5 will regain in average between 10 to 11 hit points. A Paladin with plus 3 charisma, level 5, will heal 15 hit points everyone around it. So that's much better than Second Wind. Yeah, the 15 and then 15, so that's 30. That's ridiculously better than Second Wind. So yeah, great ability, guys. Great ability. Poor Warrior. Yeah, now, okay. And we're going to showcase this ability in-game now, so you guys can better see the area. Okay, so I have an Oath of Ancients Paladin here. She's level 5. And now we're going to showcase her ability that you get on level 1. The Healing Radiance. It actually scales even better than what I said. It was 2 per level, now it seems to be 3 per level. So actually everyone can be healed by 15 hit points. That's pretty amazing. So I have everyone here. It is a bonus action and 1 channel wolf chart, and we'll come back. It will come back on short rest. Everyone heals, and then next turn, if they were still around me, everyone will be healed again. Now this temporary hit points because I'm using this item. There's a very good item with this paladin. It's amazing. Whenever you heal, 3 temporary hit points to everyone that is healed. So that's pretty strong, guys. Coming back every short rest. I don't have one here, but that is pretty strong.
Are we unpacking?
Alright, so now for a level 3, we get another feature from our subclass, from the Oath of Ancients. Actually, all paladins will get a new feature on level 3. Not one, we get several. So we get Nature's Wrath. We invoke Primeval Force of Restrain an enemy. So that spends one of our channel Oath charges. We usually do not want to do that. And I will tell you why. Because we're spending an action to make someone restrained. And restrain means that we attack them with advantage. And they will have disadvantage to attack. And also on dexterity saving throws. But we also get Ensnaring Strike. It says Ranger here, but that's a lie. We get both versions of the spells. So you're going to see Ensnaring Strike on your spell list. But you can click on it and use the melee version. So the melee version is a bonus action. You hit someone. If you hit someone, they have to make the saving throw, a strength save. And if they fail, they are snared. A snare is pretty much they're restrained. Same as the one above. but they take 1d6 per turn. So this is much stronger than this. We're only going to use this Nature's Wrath if you really want to restrain someone, and I don't know why you really want to do that instead of hitting them. And we ran out of spell slots, because if you really want to restrain someone, your life depends on it, use the Snare Strike melee version. If not, then you can use Nature's Wrath, but it still is better to save your channel wolves to do the other stuff like the heal. We also get another channel wolf chart, Turn the Faithless. So this is like the Turn Undead from the Cleric, same stuff. But instead of working with Undead, we work with Fae and Fiends. So that can be very good if you're fighting lots of Faes and Fiends. Right now, can't think of a place where you're fighting tons of Fiends. And Faes, if you're on the bog where Ethel is, and you're fighting the Red Caps, they are Fae, still not a lot, but well, these can be very useful later on, especially if you're facing lots of Fiends, and that's worth an action. That is worth an action. We also get, we got this Snare Strike. We also get Speak for Animals, which is an amazing spell. I know it costs us 1 spell slot to cast it, but if you don't have anyone else who can speak to animals, I think that's kind of worth it when you really need to speak to an animal. On Larian games, it is very, very worth to speak to the animals, so yeah, take that in mind. So that's what we get for the Oath of Ancients Paladin on level 3. Yeah, of course, that's from the Paladin level 3, normal. If you choose the Oath of Devotion Paladin, you start a little bit worse than the Oath of Ancients. That's because your channel Oath power from level 1 is Roll Rebuke. Basically, you target one of your allies within 18 meters. That's a very big range, but that's alright. And then whoever hits them with melee attacks takes 1d4 radiant damage. That is very bad usually. I can see some uses, like you're walking with a druid in bear form, they will have lower armor class, but nice hit points. Usually a druid, a moon druid specifically, will be able to change to a form that has lots of hit points. So you can, and not very good armor class, so you could whole rebuke them. But only lasts for 2 turns also. So yeah, not the best one, but that's alright because you get several ways to spend your channel oath charges. So level 3 you get one that's much better than this, and that will be the one you're mainly be going to use. So do not fret. When you reach level 3 with Oath of Devotion's Paladin, you get some nice features, I'd say. First, Sacred Weapon. That's pretty good. You imbue your weapon in your main hand with positive energy turning a sacred weapon. What is a sacred weapon? Basically, you add your charisma modifier to attack rolls, and emit some light. So that's in addition to whatever you have. So that means, it's an action, okay, and lasts for 10 turns, but there is no concentration, and that's a channel oath charge. At this point, you have 1 channel wolf charge per short rest, so you can use this 3 times in an adventuring day on Baldur's Gate, 4 if you have a bard, and you can actually use this before you go to combat, because that's 10 turns, so if you know you're going to have a tough combat, you can do that, and then your paladin will hit almost every time. So that's pretty good, I like it. Now you get Turned Unholy. Basically, that's like the Oath of Ancients Paladin, but now, instead of turning Fae and Fiends, you turn Fiends and Undead. That's much more useful than Fae and Fiends. That's because Undeads are usually more common than Fae. Maybe Baldur's Gate will change that, and you're going to see lots of Fae and not Undead, but I doubt it, and so that's much more useful. So like the turn Undead from the Cleric, but works with Fiends and Undead. So actually, that's better than Undead from the Clerics. We get 2 spells. One is Protection from Evil and Good, and that's okay. That's That's a standard spell. You know about that. That's what it is. But you protect from, yeah, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undeads. You're immune to charm and frightened. You can't be possessed by them. I think that's only one monster or two that do the ghosts. And are there any other possessing monsters? I don't know, but ghost is one. And when they attack, they have disadvantage. That's nice. We have that. Always prepared. And we get Sanctuary. Always prepared. Now, Sanctuary is an amazing spell, guys. Amazing spell. As a bonus action, you use it someone and they can't be affected. They can't be attacked. See, until the effect entity attacks or harms another creature, it cannot be targeted by enemy attacks. However, it can still take damage from spells. So that's much better than on the that's much better than in the game. In the game, Sanctuary is also bonus action, also 10 turns, 10 up to 10 turns, and there is no concentration if you're not mistaken, so like that. But whenever a creature wants to attack it, you cast Sanctuary on your ally, and then when a creature wants to attack your ally, it has to make a wisdom saving throw against your DC. If it passes, it can attack on the turn. Now, you just negate it. That's pretty amazing. Just like, can't be attacked. And that's what you get for Oath of Devotion level 3. So now let's showcase the difference on Sacred Weapon. I have my Paladin here.
Eager for battle.
I'll have Lae'zel come.
Have a lot on my mind.
As you can see, usually, to hit Lae'zel is 50% chance. And my Charisma is +3 modifier, so that's 15% more. So let's say I'm going to a battle, I cast Sacred Weapon. I emit some light, and that's good, because if you're in an area of, that's dark, so you can help your ranged people. And now, 65% to hit Lae'zel. That's pretty amazing, guys. So per encounter you can do that. That's very, very strong. Now, Oathbreaker Paladin, that was amazing, the Laria implemented like that. Basically, you have to break her oath. So how do you do that? Oath of Devotion and Oath of Ancients are pretty much like good oaths, let's say like that. So this goblin is neutral to me. I talk to her.
Flumps and owlbears and squiddies.
Flump is a very old monster, AD&D.
Never seen nothing like you.
Never saw half drow. Alright. And so she's neutral to me, as you can see. Now what you do, maybe there are lots of ways to break her oath, but I know one. You kill someone. So let's cast Searing Smite, just to do a little bit more damage. So yeah, Thunder Smite on her.
Killing someone is one way
saw
to get a
oath
guard's
broken,
blood
so
pressure
this guy
up.
wants like,
You're destined for the cells.
okay, I'm going to bribe them.
If you're
Sorry,
lucky, you
take some
wonder
gold.
if A spasm grips
Now,
your
yeah.
chest. Your strength falters. An emptiness grows within you, Paladin. Something has been lost.
You have broken your oath, Paladin.
It's amazing.
At the close of day, I will be waiting for you. We have much to discuss.
Alright, and then when that happens, you don't lose all your Paladin powers, only your oath powers. So I was a Devotion Paladin. And my oath would be Sacred Weapon and Holy Rebuke. I can't use them because I don't have Channel Oath charts anymore. Even if I rest, I don't get my Channel Oath charts back. Alright? So that's the first step. And now we're going back to the camp. We're going to long rest actually. So let's long rest. And when you go to your camp, this guy will be here. So you talk to him.
I have been waiting for you. I felt the moment of your liberation. The shedding of your bond. You called to me. I am here to show you the way.
I don't know if he's Scottish or Irish. I think that's Scottish, but that's pretty nice English. So you can ask all the things that you want for him, okay? But let's ask the way to what?
A journey with no end. Trodden only desperate and the damned. It is a path I have walked since the moment I fell. Now, you will walk it too, Oathbreaker. You swore to defend the defenseless, to stand as an emblem for all that is good and
That changes
just
with
in
each
this
oath you
world.
have, this phrase.
Tell me, why did you abandon your oath?
How would the Oath of Vengeance break their oath? I don't know. So let's just say something. I tired of the doctrine and dogma. I wanted freedom.
A shedding of responsibility. To know the reason for your fall is perhaps to know the shape of things to come. Take comfort in your undoing. I, like you, abandoned my cause. But much can still be achieved.
You can ask more to him if you want. He can tell you his story.
A new power is awakening.
Power. Okay, so let's go. And you can remain pure. You can go back. If you break your oath, you can go back, but you have to pay 2,000 golds. At least that's how it is right now. I hope Larian changed that. I hope you can get like scale and the game tells you, oh, you're breaking your oath, stuff like that, so you don't just break oaths. I hope so. But you could ask them, what oath did he? You can talk to them, you know, and discover more about him. We're going to let you do that. Now I'm ready. I will become an Oathbreaker. You have to say that.
Do not resist. Surrender and be remade.
I like his armor, by the way.
Born of a vile source, these powers can be used for good or ill. Your oath no longer binds you. The choice is yours alone.
Now we become an Oathbreaker. So we swap all that we gained with our subclass to new stuff. So Spiteful Suffering, we're going to be showcasing these later, but now let's just talk generally now. Spiteful Suffering. So you use these at someone that has to be really close to you. They will make a charisma saving throw. If they fail, they will take 1d4 plus 3, so that's plus your charisma modifier, each turn, and any attack roll against them will have advantage. That's an action, so it is an investment, but that's okay, that's good. If you're fighting a boss, that's very good. That will be 3d4 plus 3 times the charisma modifier of damage throughout 4 turns, right? And you're going to attack them with advantage. But not only you, everyone will attack with advantage, so that's pretty strong actually. Also you get, and that's Channel Wolf charge. You also get another Channel Wolf, you get other, so you only have one Channel Wolf charge, but you have 3 Channel Wolf powers. So this one, you have control, and that is very strong. Guys, as an action, you target an undead, they will make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, they will follow you around and attack your enemies. That is very strong because that's chaos. The target's life must be lower than yours, and that's chaos. We're going to have powerful undead on this game. You're going to be able to control them. Actually, now that we have the Oathbreaker in game, we need to find out what is the biggest and most powerful undead every time and never kill them. Just so we can out-level it and control it. Pretty strong. And lasts for 24 hours, I know. And too long rest, I know. But it's still very strong, especially if you're going to make a hard dungeon or a boss fight. Love this ability. And now Dreadful Aspect, another good Channel Wolf. So this Paladin gets very good 3 useful Channel Wolf abilities. This one, big area around you, 9 meters around you, so that's very big. Every enemy of yours will do wisdom saving throw. If they fail, they're frightened. And frightened is a good condition. They have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, so that's a tanking power. You can mitigate so much damage if you're fighting lots of people. So very strong. And now we got 2 spells. Inflict wounds. I don't like inflict wounds, not with this paladin. So we're kind of okay, but we have it. But Hellish Rebuke is pretty strong. I wonder if we can smite when inflict wounds. You have to test that. So Hellish Rebuke is a good spell. It's 2d10 fire damage. And then make a saving throw. If they fail, they take half damage. So that's not as good as a smite usually, because if you hit, your smite is 2d8. This spell might do only 1d10. Let's say that if they pass the saving throw. But you get the option to do that. So it's a reaction. You can choose. So you mark that you want to be axed by that, and I guarantee you there will be lots of times where using this spell will be the better choice, because you'll kill a creature that could damage you more otherwise, or do some other stuff. So I like having Hellish Rebuke always prepared. That's what your Oathbreaker gets.
Speak.
No,
Quick.
not you, lady. I'll let you.
No
And
time
yeah,
for
that's
this.
nice. And you're edgy now because our powers are red. See, not golden anymore, now red. And yeah, now let's jump and see some of these abilities in action. Now let's showcase Spiteful Suffering. If she fails the saving throw, she takes damage every turn, and our attacks on her will have
Obey
advantage.
the drow.
You're violent.
Okay. So when she acts, she should take damage, and she should be attacked with advantage by our party. So let's see. Let's just let the goblins do their thing. Oh, I just Hellish rebuked him because I didn't mark to ask me. Now it will ask me. Alright, so where is the priestess? The priestess is here. So we're going to disengage as a bonus action because we are Starium. And since she has Spiteful Suffering, our attack should have advantage. So that's so strong. I'm not going to do that because that might kill her, and I want to see her taking damage. So I only do one regular attack, just one regular attack, just a little attack, just a little one.
With finesse.
Oh, I did 2 attacks, but that's alright.
For a dull moment.
I'm not attacking with my paladin, so let's see her doing her thing. She took some damage. Oh, the shield 2 turns to go, and every attack will have advantage. So she's not the best example because she has a very good charisma save. My paladin only had 45% of chance to hitting it. But still, that's a very good challenge on a boss fight or against an enemy for heaps of HP. Pretty solid power. Okay, I picked a fight with the goblins to showcase another challenging oath for an Oathbreaker. So that's a dreadful aspect. Look at the area, that's so big. Basically, every enemy will make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, they're frightened. That's not like that lasts for 10 turns, and that's not concentration, guys. So I was able to frighten 2 goblins only, and that's a shame because 55%. But that's okay. That's an action. So this goblin now, he'll be frightened. That means for 10 turns or until it dies, it will attack with disadvantage. So I feel like that is a very strong challenge oath ability. And I feel like actually Oathbreaker Oathbreaker has a mixture of challenging oaths so good. They're very good. They're very useful on the right situation. So the Spiteful Suffering would be in a boss fight, or against a big enemy. That's very good of horde enemies, and that's always good. Actually, you should every day try to control one undead. So spare the undead so you can control them, you know. Yeah, that's it. And the goblins, they will attack. So the event is now. He actually saving throw doesn't matter. So this one casts a spell. Oh. Yeah, let's finish now that we saw Gale take a statue to his head. To showcase the last ability, the Control Undead, I'm going to show you guys the location, Blighted Village, so you can get here on level 3. So as soon as you become an Oathbreaker, let's say you become a level 3 or earlier, level 3 you can come here and make use of your power if you want to. Actually, you could come even earlier than that if you rush here. So come Blighted Village, you enter this house by the room, go to this hatch. Now here, we're going to move this box out of the way. Why am I showing you this? So you can have a supply of undeads, because right now there are not a lot of undeads on the game, but here you can fight several. And if you do it right, you could save them and you have undeads for days and days. So you can always have an undead with you. Use the lever. Now we are going to have an auto save here. Any point. Now what we want to do is shoot the coffins. One coffin. We have lots of coffin here with 2 types of undead, but we're just going to free one and get them to us. Get that? And turn-based mode. That's an agile guardian because these are the ranged one. There are melees and ranged ones. So now we come here and we use control undead. That's it. He's ours. So he's basically going to be following me around now. And he will fight for me. I'm going to break one coffin so you can see him fighting. I think this one has no undead. I might be wrong. Let me see. Yep. Let's stand here and break this one. So the undead will do his initiative and he will act on his own. So now we can move. Let's move Gale closer. Astarion closer, because I don't want this guy to run and break another coffin.
Time to strike.
And now let's pass the turns and shoot the undead. The undead just hit it. And he tried to hit it and he did a clapper. And this guy wants to break other coffins. That's why he's running. Yeah, we didn't let it. So now these undead will follow you around the game. Let's say I teleport to Goblin Camp. That is fine. The undead is with me. If you stay here until it dies or until a long rest. Pretty amazing ability. You can short rest, not a problem. The undead is still here. And I do have a channel off again. And with this cave, now you can have a supply of undeads to, you know, control and maintain throughout the game. Nice like sound that this noise this cave makes. Alright, so now let's break that coffin there and let's see if we can have multiple undeads. The undead will act first, unfortunately. So we'll try and free one undead. Yeah, no, they didn't free yet. Oh, he actually opened a coffin. There is no one that excited. So he didn't know. He doesn't know if his friends are there. So okay, so we have one undead here. We're going to try and dominate another one. And we did. And once you do that, now we discover that your first undead is now your enemy. So you can only have one undead per turn. One undead controlled at once. At least on level 5. I mean, level 4 now, but level 5 will be the same. Maybe that will change within time, I don't know. But now we got ourselves a robust undead. Robust guardian. So that's a big undead with a bigger weapon. And yeah, that's the Oathbreaker, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. And I'll see ya